Hi everyone, happy Friday. I had said last time that I was going to just wait and do my last completed pages at the end of December, but I changed my mind because I have a number of pages here already and I really didn't want to hold on to these for another month. I'd like to just go ahead and get them um, shifted around or reshelved. I think I finally am taking a small break from Halloween type images just because I have other things I want to color. So I figured I would go ahead and do a completed pages for November so that I can get some of these shelved or shuffled for the barrage of other type books that I'm going to be coloring in over the next few months. So let's go ahead and get started. This should be, I guess, reasonably quick for one of my videos. So I had 17 total completed pages. I had 4 non-color by number, and so then that's 13 color by number. Like I said, there's still some Halloween mixed in here. I'm going to color Halloween year round. However, there's so much other stuff I want to color this month that I feel like I'm probably just going to take like a temporary break. I may still work in, like my stained glass Halloween book, because that's kind of I'm looking for that to be my next book to complete for color by number, one of my next books. But yeah, so all right, let's get started. So I did manage, I've been doing this challenge where I've been using my color cube palettes and coming up with a color palette that I use in a Joshua Dunbar book. Oh my goodness, it is really bright in here. There we go, that's better. I pick a color palette and I use it in a Joshua Dunbar book and an Alexander Franzese book. So that because I already have the markers out, it just makes it easier to do, like, encourages me to do more pages that way. And 2, it's always interesting to see the differences in how I use the palettes. Like, they can look like completely different pages to me. So I did do one, I only got one out of Halloween Cuties. And I was like, well, I'll keep it going in it this month, but I have Christmas Cuties, so I want to work in that one. But I will be coming back to this one. I did this Pumpkin King looks like. So I ended up using actually a combination of palettes. The Sarah Renee Clark color cubes, if you're not familiar with them. There's 2 different ones. I don't have the boxes with me right now, but they have a series of palettes like this that you can choose from. And then on the back, they give you the hex code for them, and then like the color names. You can also download the color companions, which have these as well. And she also has color companions, like specifically if you want to use Prismacolor pencils, I think like Copic markers, just a couple different well-known type brands. I usually use both. Like, I'll use the coloring companion to look for a palette before I go digging it out of the box. So I used kind of a weird combination of palettes. I used the 190, the 002, and then the 170 because I was trying to find something where I had the reds and oranges and the greens, but I also needed some browns, and I wanted a bright, just unexpected color, because like the blue's not in any of these. So this one's kind of just a weird, I'm going to write the palettes down, but it's just a weird conglomeration of palettes and colors, but this is what I came up with, and just wanted to color him. I have orange in here, but wanted to color him an unconventional color, so we went with the blue, and he turned out super cute. I was really pleased with this. The black soulless eyes were really bugging me, so I took the white gel pen and added in these little like pupils or whatever, and it softened the picture a lot. Otherwise, he really did look like demonic. Like very creepy to me. So it was unnerving a bit, so that's why I had to add those in. Same palette approach, Fall Mandalas by Alexandra Franzese. I went ahead with the first one. So I joke all the time that I don't like using the typical like seasonal colors or holiday colors or whatever in a picture. But I figured, you know, for some of my first autumn pictures I was getting into, I would go with some traditional colors because, you know, I can delve into all kinds of different colors later. So I came up with this one. Very interesting. So I was trying to figure out what these were, and I think they're chocolate dipped pears. And so I made them white chocolate dipped pears with like a dark chocolate drizzle on them. And so I ended up getting this really neat pattern. It was interesting to freehand it. Of course, they don't look actually perfectly uniform, but that's okay. But I was really pleased with how this turned out, and I like that that added a little more texture to the overall palette. It's probably a little darker, like I probably should have done something different with the brown, like use a lighter color on the background, like maybe done that blue and then done this did the leaves in brown or something like that, because it is a little dark, but the white dots kind of help brighten it up a little bit. So very happy with that. I do need to remember to take these out. Let me do that. So I will be continuing this kind of challenge with Christmas type pictures and into December. Now you know, not every Joshua Dunbar, Alexandra Franzese picture is going to be part of this little personal palette challenge, but I like to do at least one a month. So this was actually a whip I had in October that I finished. I was actually thinking I could get done with more, and it did not happen. This is out of Chubby Witches. I cannot talk tonight. Chubby Witches by Deborah Muller. It is a little shiny because of the waxy type of pencil I used. I think I used my Fila pencils for this. And there is a very funny story because I forgot to mention at my supply haul how I tried to order some more Fila pencils as a backup. And Tammy from Tammy Colors 2 had ordered some Fila pencils to try, but when she got them, it was the Fila box, but all the pencils inside said shuttle art. I said, well, let me see what happens when I order them. Maybe that was just a one-off. No, same thing happened to me. They got sent back. And the pencils did not match in color, name, shade, anything to my originals. So I do like using the Fila pencils in Amazon books because I feel like they, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for here? They just do really good on the textured paper, but they are harder pencils. So my go-to pencils, budget pencils, are no more. I think I might have found some others, so good news there. You'll see those hopefully soon. But this was a page I completed the marker base on when I was doing the marker demos, and I just knew I wanted to add pencil to it, so I kept waiting and waiting, and then I finally had the opportunity to put pencil to it this month. And while these are good in Amazon books, they are not the softest pencils in the world. So like my hand and arm hurt for a few days after this one. But I really normally I don't add a lot of pencil over marker, but I've been doing more and more of that lately. So this might be a book that I do that in, or I might start doing that with my Deborah Muller pictures. Ooh. Cats. 50 Autumn Miniatures by Kimalia Angelkova. I bought a bunch of new, speaking of pencil sets, in that haul video, I bought a bunch of new pencil sets, and I've been wanting to try them out, so I've been wanting to color in this one. So I picked this picture, just came up with a palette, Knew it was going to be a typical orange mushroom with the white dots with like a red orange, you know, deeper color, and then just kind of built the rest of the palette like an autumn type palette, neutral palette, and then just wanted a pop of color, which is why we've got the blues and the blue greens. I tried out those new Tong Fu pencils I got, which are like just about the cheapest pencil set I got, but it's a 120 set in a case. And I was pleasantly surprised. They did really well on this marker. They are smaller pencils. They feel a bit fragile because they're thinner, smaller pencils. That's kind of the way that I guess they get you on the price of them. However, they shade really well. And I was very pleased with how they did in this picture. And I even tried, you know, multiple colors and things like that. So overall, I was really pleased with how they laid down. And then added some iridescent gel pen on their little swings. I meant for it to look more purple, but of course it is instead blue. But that's okay. So I was pleased how this came out, and you guys seem to really like it on Instagram. You guys seem to really like my Camellia Angel Cova pictures. So should do more of those. I should be doing a lot more non-color by number, which for 3 weeks I think I actually did pretty good this time. So hopefully seeing more of that in the future. Circulism art books, color by number. Boy, you can tell there's splattered stuff like drinks and stuff on this. You can always tell when a book's getting close to being done because it just starts looking a little rough around the edges. This is Wildcats by Eclipse. This is probably going to be my first Circulism art book to finish. I've been working my way back to front through this. This is on standard paper. I really enjoy doing this one at night, like when we're watching TV. I have 2 new ones this month, if I can get to them. We have the tiger. Love his background with the blues and purples, and then just the pop of color. You know, for all the technology we have, I need a light. I need a light that can like auto detect whether it's too bright or not for a filming situation and automatically adjust. And I know there's an auto white balance that's supposed to be like that, or there's some settings you can get that on like recording software, but it never works right for me if it's automatic. So we have the tiger and we have the puma. And I am pretty close to being done with this one. I think I'm only 5 or 6 pictures out. Not going to be done this year. Just not going to get 5 or 6 of these done this month with all the other coloring. But, you know, January, February next year, it's a possibility. So, very cool. Excited about that. I did do my first official Christmas coloring in Yuletide by Eclipse. This is one of the newer books I picked up. This is on the shiny paper. I can't make up my mind. I like both. But I ended up going with the superior paper is what they call the shiny paper. On this one, I started in the back because I want to, sometimes it'll bleed through, not so much on this paper, and it makes the colors hard to read on the page for the next picture, so I'll probably work back to front in this, but I did just this one page, and of course it is going to be super shiny. Added sparkly gel pen to all the ornaments. You are going to see a lot of gel pen from me this month. It's going to be in ornaments, it's going to be in ribbon. Everything is going to sparkle this month. That's the goal. But turned out real pretty. It felt like it was going to be a lot when I first started, but this green takes up a lot of space, so it actually ended up being a lot easier picture than I thought it would be. Very pretty. This is Autumn Season Ceramic Tiles, color by number. This is my next Prachi Dewan Sach Diva book I'm trying to finish. I did finish the Halloween one earlier this year, and I can already tell like this is the next one. I don't have the Christmas one, and I know that's shocking, but I really should get it. No, Michelle, no, Michelle. But there's another book I want. I don't. Anyway, I know. Problem is, they're Christmas books, and it's kind of like that whole I can get them any time, but do I really color Christmas any other time of the year? I don't. But I did a lot in this book this month. I actually really love how the squirrel turns out. I think I showed him last month. So that was from last month. So did a lot in here. A lot. Probably will do a little less in this month because of I love this one with the little bird. Probably will do a little less in this one this month with all the other coloring I have planned. But this one's a fun one to do at night too when we're watching TV. I was like, well, it's not October anymore, but, you know, it's fine. It's fine. That pink got a little streaky there, and I didn't notice it. Hopefully it's not just fading over time. That would stink. And the last one's this little guy. So yeah, like I said, I colored quite a bit in here, and I'll probably work through it even in the first few months of the year, unless she comes out with a winter season one, which is entirely possible. So I could see getting done with this one, you know, like first quarter next year maybe. Another one I am working through is Stained Glass Halloween, Color by Number by Saatchi and Saatchi Diva. I did get a few more done in here. I did this weird thing where I skipped. I was doing random pages, then I started working front to back. I did a couple more in here this month. We've got Graveyard here. And I did this weird thing where I guess I thought I was done with other pages, so I skipped a couple. And we've already seen this one, which I still love, but I did this one. So I have to go back and do, probably actually should just go ahead and flag this one. Like I said, I might do one or two this next month. I might just take a break. It's actually, I've got a couple done at the very back, so it's not as many pages, I guess, as it looks offhand. It might be 5 or 6 left in here, too, so. And finally, Cute Horror, Color by Number. I bought this a little late in October. I wanted to get at least one picture done in here, but I actually got 2. So this might be one that I start working through. Once I get done with Stained Glass Halloween, I'm probably either going to do this one or the Halloween chibi character one and start working my way through it. I did this little ghosty house, haunted house. I liked all the blue and yellow ghosties. Then I went and did one, Tammy from Tammy Colors 2 is doing a Saatchi Diva Sunday where she colors in a Prachi or Saatchi book every Sunday. And this was one of the pictures she did in October, and at the time I didn't have the book. So I went back and watched her video and did the picture. So thought he turned out super cute. Love his colorful pink tuxedo jacket there. So yeah, like I said, I'm sure I won't completely detach. There's still some autumn books I would like to color in this month. Besides, it's not officially winter here, I guess, until towards the middle of the month, maybe. So there'll probably be some more autumn coloring and a little bit of Halloween coloring this month, but not a lot because I just have so many other books I want to work in. So probably be a temporary break, but then I'd say you may not see as much autumn coloring from me throughout the year, but more than any other season, and you're definitely going to see Halloween coloring from me probably every month. Actually, Deborah Muller has a Halloween all year long coloring book she came out with that I put on my Christmas list, so hoping I can get that. and start working in that next year. But yeah, these are my pages for November. I have no idea the volume in December because when I'm gone for a week traveling for work, I will be able to take maybe some water-based markers with me, but I won't be able to take alcohol markers. So I'll probably get some color by number pages and stuff done while I'm gone, but there won't be a ton just because it's a work trip. And so, and I don't know, I go back to work on Monday after a 2-month leave. I don't know, the month shouldn't be crazy, but I don't know. So like December is kind of a wild card right now. So I will be back either tomorrow or Sunday. I'm hoping to do a color and chat to kind of give you guys, like tell you guys a little bit what's been happening in November, because I don't think I've done one since the beginning of November. Let y'all know what's what. And yeah. May even talk about 2024 plans. I don't know. I might make that a separate video because I've got a lot of plans I'm brewing for next year. So, oh, one thing I did want to say here at the end, if you're still here, Tammy from Tammy Colors 2 and I are planning a colored pencil review series, and it's like she's got a master list. I just sent her my list with the pencils that I have and she doesn't on it, and so we're kind of combining everything to create like a total master list right now of pencils. And we're gonna kind of do a collab where if we have the same pencil set, like we're gonna try to review them at the same time, where she'll review hers because this was initially her idea, so she gets first jump on everything. But she's going to post her review first, and I might follow up with mine like a week later or something. We're going to try to color in different books and just give our different opinions on it. Just thought it might be interesting and a little different than other colored pencil reviews, just because you're getting two different people looking at the set at almost the same time. Now there'll be weeks where she has a set and I don't, where I might review a different set a week. I mean, this isn't going to be weekly, but there might be a time where she's publishing a video on something I don't have, and so then I'll be doing something else. But anyway, we posted in the community tab, we're trying to figure out how we want to do the review order, and what better way to know is to ask, right? Like what people want. So in the community tab, I have her list up. My list is not in there yet. And just asking if you would think alphabetical makes more sense. If you have something you'd like for us to do like right at the top, we can, shift some things around. It doesn't have to be alphabetical. We also suggested like cheapest pencil to most expensive. There's a couple different ways that go check out that, take a look, leave a comment if you have a preference. And of course it's going to be open for about a week. It's a poll essentially, but I had to use a different way of different type of community post for it because we have an image and you can't do an image and a poll apparently. But that'll be available till next Friday, the 10th. And then of course at the end of it all, we just want to put out there, we reserve the right to make a decision, like if everybody overwhelmingly choose alphabetical, we're probably going to go with alphabetical. But if somebody posts something that makes a lot of sense or something, we might go out of alphabetical order for a pencil set or two, or might make the executive decision if there's a pencil set that's discontinued or something, we put it at the end of the list. But if it's like an item that's not being sold anymore or it's hard for people to get, there's really no point in reviewing it right now, right? You want to put that at the end. So we do reserve the right to make exceptions to that. But, we're going to try to do what's most what's best, what everybody prefers and what's easiest on us, because this is going to be a pretty big project. So just wanted to put that out there. Definitely go check that out in the community tab. You can leave comments on both because she's posting this in her community tab too. But of course we'll only be counting one for one person, one vote for one person. So keep that in mind. anyway, just wanted to let y'all know that's going on. And yeah, so look for a color and chat this weekend. And then, I don't know, I have my eye on a couple books. I might, because they're Christmas related. We'll see. I'm going to think on them over the weekend. So, I know, I'm terrible. All right, guys. Y'all take care. I'll talk more about updates and stuff in the color and chat. And thanks for watching. Bye for now.